babies.
And there is the heralded Chantel Finley. Go catch her on TikTok and Instagram. And I think we're going to need some live shots of your games now. You're going to get someone to film that all feet offensive performance. But here's your chance to, not everybody who comments on the game can play the game. That's been proven. And this is your chance to shine in this department. Let's go, Drake May. You said he had an amazing game. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. As Bobby said, whoever that defensive back named Clark was, talk about not being able to catch shit without your feet or in your hands. He dropped 2. But overall, 28 for 37, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 45 yards on the ground, 76% completion percentage, 102 rating. At one point, he had 13 straight completions. In the middle of that, he had one of the worst fumbles of his career, but we'll ignore that for a second. On the year, he's on pace for 4,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 101.3 rating, which is good enough for 9th in the league right now. I think if you asked anybody walking into the season, if that was what the outcome was at the end of this, I think we'd all go, yeah, thumbs up.
Yep.
And look, I think you walk out of these games, outside of game 1 where you look basically lost, and you feel pretty good about Drake May. And I give a lot of credit to Drake, obviously, but if you look at what they're doing, it's very Mac Jones rookie-esque. 13 straight completions. I don't think any of them went past 5 yards, right? So it's tight end, running back, screens. They're making it easy, which is making the offensive line's job easy. Once they have to get to second-level passing, it gets a little shaky. It gets a little iffy. And I think that'll come. It comes with time, especially with a young quarterback. But if you can manage the game like that, I think you're going to put any good quarterback in a real good position, especially one with talent like Drake May. So all of that is a nice ray of sunshine. I don't excuse the interception in the red zone, Chantel, but that's a play that he looks at it on film, and the next time it comes up, he won't throw that ball ever again like that. Every single time that route is running it, he will put that in the corner of the end zone. That will not be a repeatable mistake. The fumble, that has potential to be a Drake May calling card. That I've got too much athleticism in my body to let this shit go and get himself into trouble. That's the one I worry about. So what's your give me your overall Drake May vibes here.
I'm just I can't let the fumble go. That was a rough one, but I try not to look at specific plays. Like when I actually am looking at him as a player, I try to see how he's improving. And obviously I'm absolutely scarred by Mac Jones, right? So it's that sophomore year slump. I mean, you saw CJ Stroud had the exact same problem too. Like if I'm seeing improvements in Drake May in his second year, I'm already a little bit more of a happy Patriots fan. I think I really loved the analogy of he's 10% more decisive each week, because I've really been seeing that. I think something that you saw in the first week is as soon as that pressure came through the O-line, he was having such a hard time finding targets, making decisions, making plays in the scramble, like really perfecting those Josh Allen-esque plays has really been like a big problem for him. I mean, that's why no other quarterback in the league is Josh Allen. But I think as weeks go on, he's getting more patient in the pocket and he's able to make those decisions. Like I see that he's actually seeing targets and he's throwing darts. He's throwing darts to these targets. So yes, he had a fumble, and yes, he had almost 3 interceptions, but technically only one. That was like 4 plays out of the entire game. And obviously he is literally like my age. He's like 22, 23 years old. And we put him on an NFL field making millions of dollars. This kid is under immense amount of pressure. And I see the potential. That's why I love him. I do.
I'm going to pull old guy card here. Everybody in the NFL is 22 years old making millions of dollars, and they all have immense pressure on them. Okay? That's why you get paid the millions of dollars.
But Josh Allen's not 23 years old, and neither is Lamar Jackson, and neither is Patrick Mahomes. Like, they're all older. Like, they're seasoned.
I get what you're saying. I just don't. I don't give anybody ever any break as a 22-year-old making millions of dollars. That's why you get paid millions of dollars. Okay, and if you can't deal with the pressure, you don't get paid the money anymore. That's how this whole thing works. However, it is a learning curve. Certainly, young players, especially young quarterbacks, they have to have the learning curve, and we're seeing Drake May go through it. I'm glad, and this is a little bit of a 50-50 for New England fans. I'm glad he has Josh McDaniels, Bobby. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the offensive has outplayed the defense wholeheartedly all season long. Outside of this Pittsburgh game where Aaron Rodgers looked, you talk about a 22-year-old making millions of dollars, a 42-year-old making millions of dollars should not be in the league anymore. His name is Aaron Rodgers. So a little bit less to do about the Patriots defense, I think, a little bit more about geriatric Aaron, who's our age. So respect, Aaron. I like the offense. Your time of possession, 33-27, plays 71-40. You had 71 plays the Patriots did to the Steelers 40. You were 4 of 5 on fourth down. Good job, Mike Vrabel, not being, you're the worst team in the league. Go for it on fourth, dude. Decent third down percentage. Looked like they wanted to come back and run the ball again. Whoops, none of your running backs can hold on to the ball. So that one got skewed sideways a little bit. But as I just mentioned, we've seen this in the past. Now, granted, it was Tom Brady, but you want to throw Garoppolo, Castle, Brissett in this situation. McDaniel's offense makes offensive lines look good. He schemes, he gets the ball out. They're not forced to do a lot. And all of that, I think, is making the Patriots tick. And I think, you got positivity there. So your thought on I'll give you the rankings here, and let me get your thought on the Patriots offense. Then I want to go to rate of the defense. 20th in points per game. Obviously, that's where you're missing out there. You probably could have been top 10 if you just scored instead of throwing 2 touchdowns away against the Steelers. That's how close the gap is. But right now you're 20th because you're 11th in yards, you're 7th in passing yards, 19th in rushing. But you're 4th. You get the 4th most giveaways. So you talk about points and turnovers. Clean that up, and you're an okay team. Bottom 10 in turnover differential. That's your difference maker from being 3-0 from 1-2. Just your thoughts there on McDaniels and the offense.
Yeah, I mean, McDaniels he's putting together an offense week by week. He's learning what Drake May does well, and then they're incorporating that and getting rid of the things they don't, learning what all the players do. He's doing the same thing that we saw him do in all the seasons with the Patriots before that. I was a little nervous about him coming back, but so far he's clearly doing exactly what they need. They're running the offense through the running backs and the tight ends in the middle of the field, and they're using their receivers for what they can do. If they had an actual receiver that could get down the field and be a real downfield threat, that would open things up tremendously for this offense. Now, if that rookie Kyle Williams can do that, I don't know if they're just holding him back if he's not ready. He's supposed to be a speed guy, but if he can get out there and do that, then that would open things up for some intermediate second-level passing so everything isn't 5 to 7 yards, or maybe if Diggs' knee doesn't fall off, maybe that would be helpful. But yes, no, he is good, and I am very happy, and it's clear that he is bringing Drake May along.
Chantel, do they have a pass catcher problem? Hunter Henry leads the last game, 8 catches, and then from there, Matt Collins 3, Diggs 3. Your running backs each get 3. Somehow Kyle Williams did catch a ball. I must have missed that one. I didn't actually see it get caught, and I don't want to talk about Demario Douglas again and his 2 catches, one of which he got negative yards on to lose the game. If you gave Drake May a legitimate guy at the wide receiver position and maybe Diggs gets there, he's coming off ACL and he's 31 years old. Good for him for being out there. Do they have that problem? Should they target it at the deadline? Should they wait till next year? Where are you on these pass catchers?
I mean, coming out of last year, we 100,000% had a pass catcher problem. It was, honest to God, one of the most awful things I've ever seen. And it was just so painful as a Patriots fan. Like, we could not move on the field. Like, nobody could actually catch the ball. Now, Hunter Henry was an exception last year. He was okay. But still just, I don't think he's reliable enough. In this game, 8 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, he woke up on the right side of the bed. Hands were working that day. Great. But he doesn't do that every week. Like, Hunter Henry is not a reliable target. Also, that's why when we picked up Stephon Diggs, I was so excited because he has that reputation of being an amazing receiver. Now, I get it. He's injured and on
a
the
good
older
baby
side
daddy.
now and has a
2 for
lot
2.
of children, right? How many children? A lot
He's
of
got
children?
2 in the way. He's got 2 in the way at
Okay.
the same time, though, with 2 different women. So
that happens, though. That happens.
Boom. Yeah, that's how you do it.
that's Tyreek Hill level. You know,
Mhm.
he's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Tyreek Hill is outrageous. Like,
Allegedly.
absolutely
Sorry to
outrageous.
interrupt you. What were we going to say?
No, you're good. I think getting Stephon Diggs and seeing that potential, like, he could get back to that a little bit. Maybe not what he used to be, but he could when they start giving him those routes and start actually targeting him. He's going to have more than 3 catches, but you have to be careful. Like, ACLs and knees are so scary. They're very scary. I mean, I've had 5 knee surgeries, tore my ACL twice, meniscus 3 times, MCL once. Like,
Irish dancing's no joke.
I get it,
Don't
right?
try to get
Like,
into the
it's
Navy.
Yeah,
so-
don't try. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
no,
go.
no.
You can't
I
go in the
mean,
Navy.
You can't get
thrown
into
out immediately. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Mhm.
I'm with you
So-
on that. Look, Diggs got 8 and 9. I think his first 2 games. I think they're trying to bring him along slowly. At this point in his career, if Stephon Diggs is Julian Edelman at the late part of his career in McDaniel's offense, you're going to be okay, right? But if you're front running pass catchers, if the guys catching the most passes for your team are your tight ends and your running backs, you're just not a good enough offense. Plain and simple in the NFL. Bobby had a last thought on the offense.
They don't even need, like, right now, like a straight up number 1 guy. They need a guy like a Mike Wallace, someone that can just run over the top. He's just someone that came to my head that is at least a threat to get
They
a
have
deep
Kyle
ball.
Williams. That's what Kyle Williams is supposed to be doing here on this team.
Then they need to deploy him that way. They just need a guy that can run deep routes that actually gets respected.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think so, but the McDaniels offense we've never seen the McDaniels offense operate with that guy, right? But the problem, but this should not be.
Not Randy Moss. Randy Moss never played on this team.
I mean, that was not McDaniels offense. That was Tom Brady and Randy Moss.
okay. I was making sure we're just on the same page.
That was 3 guys dominating the league. And guess what? Didn't work all the way. So poo-poo to you. I know we don't talk about that game. It was a dark place for a long time, but here we are. I'm with you there. Regardless, their pass catchers are not good enough from the wide receiver standpoint. Get Demario Douglas off the field. Let me see Chisholm.
No, yeah.
Let me shift gears to the defense here, and let me get raised out here. Aaron Rodgers finished the game with 16 of 23 with 139 yards, only because of that last drive. He was stuck at 89 yards for like 12 minutes, the old bitch. He did end up with 2 touchdowns, one of which on that last drive, the game winner. They did not get any sacks on the man. Felt like they had good pressure, but it's hard to tell because he just complains if someone farts in his direction. 17 first downs, not bad. 4 of 9 on 3rd down. They got 4 punts. The defense was getting off the field, but I think the Steelers are inept, Raymond. This Patriots defense, they rank 15th in points allowed, 16th in yards allowed, 4th most passing yards allowed, 2nd least rushing yards allowed, which is a little bit odd. And then
Why run the ball when you can throw it on him?
7 penalties on the game, 6 of them were on defense. I think a couple of those were a little bit shoddy on the pass interference, but either way, can't blame the refs. Defense, Alex Austin. I just feel like he's being put in a bad position. He's being put in a bad situation. I think he's a good player.
Great player.
Get him in a good spot.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the defense, Ray?
Where's Christian Gonzalez? That's my opening take. Where is he? When you get him back, he's the number 1 corner on this team. He's the number 1 corner. A lot of people just want him. They think he's one of the best corners in the league. You get him back, that helps out the pass rush, that helps out the defense. Get him back, and I think this will shore up everything on the defensive side of the ball.
Chantel, do we have a Christian Gonzalez problem? Is he soft? Does he not want to play? Is he actually injured? It's 8 weeks or it's 7 weeks with a hamstring strain.
Dude, we like barely saw him last year too. I don't even know what the guy does. Like, I have seen, like, his Patriots jersey is probably like not even touched. Like, you could frame it and it would be like someone would question if it was perfectly dry cleaned. Like, he's barely seen the field. Yep. I'm starting to feel he may be a little bit soft. I don't understand. I don't understand how we have not seen, honestly, any of him. It's super frustrating.
Here's the profile he's turning into. He's the guy that will only play when he feels 100%. He's Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's a diva.
He's the guy that will not gut it through an injury. Now, hamstrings are tricky, especially for cornerbacks. You don't want to test that. If it's the team saying, we're going to take it slow, that'd be one thing. But his history here in his short career in New England would not suggest that. He had a shoulder injury. That was a serious injury that knocked him out. Yeah, but last year, tweaks and things like that. And his MO coming out of college was he wasn't necessarily a gamer, as you would put it. Cornerbacks are a little bit iffy, diva department there anyway.
He was disappointed when he got drafted by New England, too, on draft day.
Well, I would be, too. So we'll see. We'll see if the Mike Vrabel's defense can pick it up. We're going to finish here on looking forward. We got the Panthers coming in. Panthers are 1-2. They lost to the Jags 26-10 week 1, 27-22 lost to the Cardinals in week 2, and then somehow smoked the Falcons 30-0. Just a weird division, that NFC South. Last week, the Panthers have been the dregs of the league in the past several years. Felt like they were doing something a little bit positive at the end of last year. Big question mark here at this point. I don't know. Does the 30-0 scare you coming into next week, Chantel? How do you look at next week?
It scares me. I mean, I've never thought that the Panthers were any type of competition, honestly. And I actually just made a video about this that'll come out in a couple hours, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, whenever I feel like editing it. But
nice. Sounds like Rich.
Yeah.
Like the Panthers, every single week, the Panthers, whoever they're playing is just an automatic, like whoever they're playing is going to win. Highlighted, checked off. And this week, I turn on the TV and see Goose Egg. I'm like, oh my God, wait, this is weird. This is like changing the narrative. But I like it. I don't think they're going to be able to do that again because our offense was looking okay. If we keep the turnovers to a minimum, we're going to be fine. And our defense is not going to let up 30 points. And if they do, I would be very surprised. 30 points for the Panthers. Like, I don't know what on earth happened to the Falcons defense last week, but it could not have been a pretty sight. I think our defense is way better than letting up 30 points, especially with the Panthers. And I think we're definitely going to get points on the board. I really expect this to be a win. I think we need to take our defense from last week and our offense from the first 2 weeks, combine them, and you have a good team.
Bobby, first round pick, Tate McMillan, could be a problem for that secondary. Chuba Hubbard as a running back. The running defense looked okay. Bryce Young, who knows? I mean, they should win. Patriots should win. Look, they should be 3-0 if they cut down the mistakes. They should at least be 2-1. They should have beat the Steelers by 14 last week. But as your point, Bobby, they're dealing with some holdover loser players and a loser mentality over the last 3 years or so. So you got to get past that. And the way to get past that is to beat up on the bottom of the league. The Steelers are in the middle of the league and you kind of tripped over them a little bit, then okay. But the Panthers suck. So if you want to get out of, you are in the same department as the Panthers right now. And if you want to get out of that department, you have to beat the Panthers. Spread's 5.5. What does that tell you? How do you feel about the Pats on Sunday?
Yeah, I totally think that they should win. Where I'm at with this team, I don't feel confident in picking them to win. They totally should win. They have the better team. They have the better quarterback. They have the better coach. They have the better roster. But what are we going to see? Are we going to see the same thing we saw last week? Are we going to see what we saw against the Dolphins where they take advantage of some more opportunities? I am expecting them to play better. There's no way that they can play as undisciplined as they did 2 weeks in a row at home. And then maybe the Patriots will win a home game. That'll be weird.
I think there's definitely a way they can play that shitty again. But Bobby, Raymond, Panthers are top 3 in interceptions, up there in quarterback pressure. Do you worry about your boy Drake going into on a defense that just put up a goose egg on Michael Penix?
Yeah, you guys are fools. The Panthers are going to make this a game. The Patriots haven't won at home. Take the 5.5 spread for the Panthers. They could even take the money line for the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to win. I said all along this team was going to go 1-3 the first month of the season. This is it. They're going to go 1-3. The Panthers are going to beat us at home, and then everyone's going to be talking about is Vrabel the right pick? Is Drake May the right guy? All the question marks are going to be coming after this game because it's going to be the siren's going to be blaring after they lose to the Panthers at home.
Well, yeah, because then they're going to go 1-4 against the Bills. But don't worry about Ray Chantel. He is an emotional homer that rolls with the tides. Next week,
Did you
if
say
they
homer?
win, he'll be talking about the
homer.
Oh,
okay. We're going to end here, Chantel. This is your time. Let us know where to find everything, all your socials and everything that you got going on.
Yeah, of course. I'm on everything you can imagine. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Facebook,
X, even YouTube, all the exact same. C Finley Sports, CFINLAY Sports. That's me.
Right on. Yeah, worth the follow for sure. Thanks for joining us.
real quick. I'll be in Tampa in a month and a half for the Patriots game. I will be bringing my stepfather down with me. Where can we go to hang out for beers?
I know.
No, not with you. I'm just saying in general. Where's the good spots in Tampa? I will email you after. Please let me know.
I got you.
Thank you. That's all.
I would block the email. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk. We'll be seeing you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, Raymond, let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. Welcome back to Headlines with the Obvious One. I'm Dr. Big Mac. Let's butcher some headlines. First up, the Patriots lose to the Steelers 14-21. Shocking. Drake May looked okay, but the rest of the team played like me trying to spell analytics. Even I understand fumbling 4 times wouldn't work, and I once tried to microwave a salad. Somehow the Red Sox won their series against the Rays. Don't get excited. They're still clinging to the wild card spot. Like I'm clinging to the idea of being semi-retarded. Next stop, Blue Jays. So cue the bullpen heartburn. Bruins started their season with Pastrňák sitting out for tendonitis. That's fun. We both have tendonitis protesting our shitty bodies. Fun fact, I once thought tendonitis was a Greek appetizer. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Right back to you, Richard, for some early lines.
I got something